I mean, that would be incredible. And you're right, the polls do make it look like increasingly likely, but just to see how a minor party, not so minor anymore, has risen over there is astonishing to watch. And look, during this announcement, we heard Nigel Farage speak about the proposed social media ban for people under 16. Of course, we have that in effect here in Australia now. Conservative leader Kemi Badenoch has backed the ban, but Farage says the country should wait and see how things go here before making any decision. Here he is.
I'm not very keen generally on banning things. My answer would be, let's see where Australia is in 6 months' time. Let's see whether this actually works. Now look, we have laws, of course, about what age you can start drinking. I mean, do those laws actually stop people drinking under 18? I'm not sure they do. I would say, let's see the Australian experiment, let's see how it works, and then make our minds up.
Esther, do you think he's right? And where do you think most Britons sit on this issue? Do you think people want a ban like this over there?
I think he's right. I think he has the right instinct, which is banning isn't always the solution, and that people tend to find a way around things when you ban them. Banning doesn't necessarily mean effectiveness, because another sort of folly of the British state is we never actually enforce the laws that we ban because we can't afford to, or we don't have enough police officers or law enforcement to actually make things work. And so I do think he's right in that instance. But again, I don't think there are very many people that would scream about the benefits of people under the age of 16 being on social media. I, quite frankly, don't enjoy certain apps like TikTok and all of that, but that's because I think it's rotting the brains of young people who should be focusing on other things that are more valuable and less time consuming. But again, he's right in the sense that, banning things outright may not necessarily be the solution, especially if you don't know how it's going to work out. So I think he's right. I think most people in the UK also feel the same thing. There's so many things in Britain that are banned, you will not believe it. But you wouldn't even know because people just find a way around it. I mean, people under the age of 18 are technically banned from using porn. I can tell you they're very much using porn.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be surprised to hear that. Look, there are concerns as well that the former Prince Andrew and his ex-wife Sarah Ferguson will try to flog valuable royal items in a desperate bid to raise cash before they're evicted from the Royal Lodge at the end of this month. There are fears that private letters, recordings and jewels could all be auctioned off. Esther, it's now reportedly prompted the palace to enlist legal advisors, so that would suggest that there are some genuine concerns here. Do you think that the couple, former couple, could seriously be trying to do this?
I wouldn't put it past them. One thing that we do know about, Sarah Ferguson and the former Prince Andrew is that they've always been happy to make a bit of money off of their role within the royal family. That's actually apparently how Jeffrey Epstein came onto the scene and became such close friends with Prince Andrew. It was because he was trying to find a way to make some connections and some money for his then wife, and then just stayed friends with the financier. I wonder what of his tens of millions of dollars would have enticed him to do that. But I'm sure the royal family had obviously made provisions for this. We know that once Prince Andrew was stripped of his title, there was a likelihood that they could lash out. We know that Sarah Ferguson's finances haven't been in the best position for a long time now, and I think this was kind of probably the final nail in the coffin. So clearly the royal family are taking all precautions. The last thing you'd want to see would be some sort of intimately written letter by the Queen popping up on Amazon because Andrew wants to make a few quid. It would just be a nightmare.
Oh, it would be so undignified. But you're right, he doesn't have the best record. Look, very, very quickly before you go, there are talks that there could be a return to the UK for Prince Harry and Meghan for the Invictus Games, some of the preview games this year. Do you think that will likely happen, and what sort of reception do you think that Meghan in particular will get?
Well, it would be Meghan's first time in Britain in 4 years, so that will certainly get a lot of reception. And I've been seeing actually rumours of that in the newspaper. What we have been hearing is that Prince Harry is really keen to get his father involved, which I can tell you now Prince William will not let happen under any circumstances.
I think it would be nice for the king to have a relationship with his son again, but I dare say you're right, William won't allow it for the time being. Esther, Krakue, thanks for your time.